Hello and welcome to the 9th round of Speedway Grand Prix season 2024. We are in the Latvian capital of Riga, and that makes the home Grand Prix for Andrzej Lebedev's. The title race is very much alive after Martin Vašlik's win in Wrocław 1 week ago, and after a disappointing 7th place there, Bartosz Marzik will try to re-establish his championship domination and get closer to a 5th world title. This is round 9 of 11. Vašlik became the first two-time winner this season. Last time out, he's 5th in the overall standings. But no doubt, here in Riga, the local hero is Andrzej Lebedev's, and we talked to him before his home event.
I'm still living in dream, but from beginning I have maybe too much pressure for myself. But during the season, I start feeling better and better on this lineup, and I start feel, like I'm a real part of this. Last round show like it's 2 straight semis in Cardiff. I have a close to make a first final.
Lebedev's has really tried all he possibly knows, but Beauty and Lambert, they're going to be in the final! Cracky, that's close for second.
Main goal is save the place for next season. I can make top 6 here. In GP series, that is hard, but still, I can win the European Championship, then I have a challenge. And now I'm more calm, and I more enjoy what I do. I have a less stress. Stress never helps. It's just mind things, what I need to fix, and but now I feel better and stronger in my mind and can control my emotions.
Speedway here in the World Championship, everything about setups here is like all top level riders, everyone can racing well, but here many things happens here in the pits, and hopefully we'll find solution how go with this track, and yeah.
Lebedev's up the inside. Lebedev's opportunist move there with Beauty running very wide. Here comes Kvek again, freaks around the inside. Heck, here comes Beauty now up the inside. He gets himself to the front. Can Lebedev's respond? It's tight. Lebedev does. He hits the front again.
I'm feeling like satisfied about my team. Yeah, we together find solution how go on this track, but yeah, miss a lot in first 2, and that's cost me same.
So the Latvian Grand Prix returns to schedule in 2023 after a 6-year absence and in a new venue. Previously held in the south of the country at Daugavpils, the meeting is now hosted by Riga, a circuit which initially planned to stage GP racing from back in 2014. Bartosz Marzik won the meeting last year after a 10th final with Fredrik Lindgren, and they've made further improvements to the venue with floodlights now installed, meaning a later evening start. Our expert, Greg Hancock, is with us now to give us more detail on this Riga track and more precisely the potential issue of the sun here.
Well, here we are. We're in Riga. This is one of the newer tracks on the circuit over the last couple of years. And it's a special one because of where this place sits in this part of the world. The sun starts to drop lower. It starts to fall right into the danger zone of a speedway rider entering the first corner with 100, 120 kilometers an hour, and the sun is facing him directly. So this becomes a rider's absolute nightmare when you're at the end of the straightaway and suddenly you pick up a load of speed and you can't see anything in front of you. How do you approach this? What kind of vision do you want to have? Do you want something clear, something tinted, something polarized, or something iridium-based? I went through a stage where I did try to use some of a more tinted gray lens, which a lot of riders are using today, both day and night, believe it or not. This kind of tinted lens would give me kind of an eerie feeling. I couldn't really read everything, every condition, and the last thing I want to do is go into a corner chasing a guy, hit a bit of grip, and suddenly I get a glare and I think that I saw something that actually isn't there, or vice versa. I want to be a little bit smarter, not harder. Well, a more modern lens is the iridium lens. You've got a blue iridium, a red iridium, green iridium. All of these different types give a different appearance when you look through them into the sun. The young eyes, you seem to be able to get away with just about anything, but for me, this really throws my eyes off. Between this or a polarized lens, you get so many more glares and little things that sort of like that star effect that can pick up in any different circumstance. But it's really interesting how the young eyes versus the older eyes can be affected with lenses like this. I had a preference of having a clear lens all the time. I felt that with a clear lens and the way my eyes are, I wanted to be able to see every little contour of the track, every edge of every rut, or whatever type of wet, dry surface I could find. So having a clear lens for me was clear vision, and having clear vision is what it's all about. So for me, that was the way to go.
Vision is everything, as we say. So being safe and being, confident in your ability. When you race into a corner and you want to dive in to go chasing somebody and suddenly your vision is impaired because of the sun, that's the point where I might be knocking it off a little bit and thinking I'll try the next lap or maybe the next corner. Because you dive into a corner suddenly and you look at something like this and you might see that there's a lot of other contours. There's some mounds of dirt here and what have you. And as I explained, a clear lens versus a tinted lens versus an iridium lens, for example, that will change the contour of this so much. And that's when you might see those unexpected impacts into the air fence when maybe you could have chose a different goggle or just waited an extra lap.
And here's confirmation of the championship standings with 3 rounds to go and probably 4 riders in title contention. Smalzik's lead being cut. Lindgren, Lambert and Mikkelsen now all over 100 points. Very consistent over the season. Robert Lambert, as well as Fredrik Lindgren, is only 15 points behind Bartosz Smalzik in the standings and seems to be potentially the most dangerous contender heading towards the end of the season. Let's hear his feelings about the title run-in.
The whole season has been pretty consistent. Just one round in Gorzów, which was not the best, so it's been pretty good this season. I've matured as a rider and as a human being as well, so that obviously helps. My starts are slowly progressing and getting better, which is a big thing in Speedway. We need to be getting off the starts, and this is like 90% of the race. So yeah, we're working on them things on the starts, on being a little bit more aggressive on the track. Getting them elbows out is definitely also something I need to work on.
Smalzik was an opportunist there, but Lambert now showing great speed. Nothing's all Lambert's going to do him. Oh, what a ride from Robert Lambert. Oh, Smalzik, drama there.
Bartek's a world-class rider. Anything can happen. He can have a bad one, he can have an amazing one. He's a rider who's, know what he's doing and can turn things around. So even though he's had a couple of weak performances, I need to be on my game to make sure that I do the best I can, and we'll see what performance he puts in, and then we'll see where the scores finish at the end. This place has got pretty tight corners, long straights, so there is space for overtaking, but you need speed in the bike, and getting off the starts is definitely going to be key. So as long as we can get that, we can push through the main races and get up into the semi and final. That would be a goal achieved, and get some more points on the leaderboard.
And stay with us after the break. The first heats are coming from the Latvian Grand Prix here in Riga. It's the Latvian Grand Prix in Riga. 3 rounds to go in the World Championship and very much crunch time. Bartosz Smalzik was 27 points ahead going to summer break. He's seen that lead reduced to 15 by Fredrik Lindgren and Robert Lambert. So can the defending champion respond here? First 2 heats won by Andrzej Lebedev and Martin Vashlik. We join the action in Heat 3, which is Lambert's first ride. He goes in the white helmet colour here up against Dominik Kubera in red, Jan Kvek there in blue, and Max Frick rides in yellow. Heat 3 gets underway and Kibera, good start there in red from the inside. Lambert gets squeezed in mid-track, and around the outside in yellow goes Max Frick, and the Australian takes the advantage. Frick leads from Kibera. Lambert trying the inside run there in third place in white with Jankovic out the back, but Frick marching clear here in Heat 3 onto the second lap, with Robert Lambert chasing hard here up against Dominic Kibera, trying to now move around the outside off the second bend. He's gone right round him and he's moved through into second place. Good move by Lambert. Now he's after Frick, but Frick did get a good advantage there on the opening lap or so, and Frick leads still from Lambert with Kibera in third place and Quebec at the back. What can Lambert here do to chase down Max Frick? He is certainly gaining ground as the race is going on, and Lambert trying a wide run once again round turns 3 and 4. Plenty of speed there about Robert Lambert, squeezing around the outside. Super move by Lambert to go from third to first. He got the better of Kibera first of all, then he kept it on going and rode round the outside of Frick, and he's now charging clear into bends 3 and 4. Great stuff from Robert Lambert, very definitely a world title contender, and he wins Heat 3 from Max Frick, and third place in the end goes to Jan Quebec as Dominic Kibera goes to the back. But super stuff there from Robert Lambert. Didn't make the gate, had to work for it from the back, but he first of all came round the outside of Kibera, and then he kept it going and he passed Frick as well. Lambert showing there's certainly an outside racing line around the Riga circuit. There he goes past Kibera, there he goes past Frick. Not too much room there, but he certainly made it work, and Lambert gets his night off to a victory with a great ride there in heat number 3. Respect there between the two riders. Lambert off to a winning start, and his rivals meanwhile meet in Heat 4, because this will feature Bartosz Marzik in red, Fredrik Lindgren in blue, and Mikkel Mikkelsen in yellow, along with Kai Hülkenberg in white. So the other 3 of the top 4 all in action here, and Marzik here from the inside into the first bend. Mikkelsen trying to come across round the outside in yellow. They're very tight off turn 2, and Mikkelsen lifts, Marzik lifts, they both go down heavily. Big crash in Heat 4. Bartosz Marzik and Mikkel Mikkelsen, 2 of the world title contenders, come into grief very heavily. You can see them hook up here off the second bend. They both go ploughing into the fence, beyond the air fence. Heavy impact for both. Zmarzlik and Mikkelsen, it's just there. The left elbow of Mikkelsen tangles with Zmarzlik. That sends them both down. This is a very, very nasty one indeed. Zmarzlik is walking away. There's the tangle first of all. They're both out of control at that point. Mikkelsen gets a very heavy impact indeed. And Bartosz Zmarzlik, the world champion, ends up under the bike, but after treatment he is able to walk clear. So Zmarzlik heading back to the pits, but it's not such good news unfortunately for Mikkel Mikkelsen, who has suffered severe damage to shoulder, elbow and also a foot injury too. It's the end of his season, a cruel blow after an excellent campaign which saw him take his first GP win in Landshut. He was a title contender, he was 4th in the standings, but sadly Mikkelsen's season over with that crash with Zmarzlik. Zmarzlik back on his bike for the restart of Heat 4 then. Where they're going, makes a pretty good start here from the inside gate. Fredrik Lindgren in second place, trying to move Hülkenberg aside. Hülkenberg goes round the outside. Great ride by Hülkenberg to lead, and now Lindgren going round Zmarzlik into bend 3. They got close there, and Zmarzlik, after making the start, finds himself in third place. Now, just how badly has he been affected by that crash with Mikkelsen in the initial staging of Heat 4, because the other 2 are charging clear of Zmarzlik here. Hülkenberg race leads from Lindgren. Zmarzlik in third can make no impression. Now, whether this is mechanical or physical, we'll have to wait and see, but it was a very heavy crash indeed with Zmarzlik and Mikkelsen. Tough call for the referee too to decide who to exclude. He did exclude Mikkelsen for, I think, the contact coming across from the outside into Zmarzlik, but it could have gone either way. As things are, Bartosz Zmarzlik is losing ground here with Lindgren trying to make a move on Kai Hülkenberg on the last lap. He's trying to get around the outside, covered off by the German up the back straight, and Zmarzlik some way behind here, so concern for the world champion, even though he wasn't injured in that crash initially. He's third place in Heat 4 because Hülkenberg wins it from Lindgren with Zmarzlik in third. So definitely some consequences for Zmarzlik. As I say, whether it's mechanical or whether he's still feeling the effects, because it was a big, big crash into that fence off bend 2. He makes a good start here off the inside, the rider in red, Bartosz Zmarzlik, but just watch the run round the outside from the man in white, Kai Hülkenberg, and Fredrik Lindgren follows him through, and Zmarzlik there just dropped back as the race continued. So we will see on that one, but a good start for Hülkenberg. Fredrik Lindgren points on the board there in second place. And could this be a night for him to really more ground in the title race. Lambert already off to a winning start. And Hülkenberg taking the win there in a dramatic Heat 4. Well, the second block of races saw wins for Mats Janowski, Fredrik Lindgren and Zmarzlik recovering to take Heat 7. Now Lebedev goes in Heat 8 for a chance for a second win. Takes a good start there from the inside. Turning back in yellow is Hülkenberg shooting through. Max Frick in white. He's level with Lebedev up the back straight, but Lebedev's race leads into turns 3 and 4. And the home crowd getting right behind Andrzej Lebedev, who made a fine start to the meeting in his opening ride, and now trying to double up here in Heat 8, and if he does so, he'd be the only unbeaten rider at this stage of the meeting. But having to fend off the challenge here of Max Frick, who's in second place in white, looking pretty fast himself. Frick over Vashlik in third, with Hülkenberg this time at the back. But Lebedev has the lead, certainly speed with Max Frick challenging hard in second place, trying to make cutbacks off the second bend and get a line through on the inside. Didn't quite work out for him on that occasion. So far, Lebedev puts the bike in the right places and race leads on to his final lap. Frick in second place, Vashlik in third, and Lebedev, if he can ride one more decent half lap here, he'll be unbeaten after 2 rides. He race leads into bends 3 and 4. The crowd rise to take him home, and Andrzej Lebedev makes that 2 rides and 2 wins in Heat 8. Second is Max Frick, third place Martin Vashlik, and the Latvian fans, and there's plenty of Polish fans too for Andrzej Lebedev. They enjoyed that one. Great start to the meeting for him. 6 points out of 6 on home territory. Perfect start for him. And could he be the man to beat in the Latvian Grand Prix in Riga? Fending off Max Frick there. Solid start for the Australian. Frick with 2 second places. He's on 4 points so far. Couldn't quite catch Lebedev's.
Get a little bit bumpy, a bit rough out there, but need to keep it rolling, picking up points, and 3 more heats to go before the fifth semi. So just one race at a time and see where we end up.
Well, Frick on 4 points from 2 rides. Heat 9 was the second win of the meeting for Kai Hülkenberg. So we'll move on to Heat 10, which is a clash of several riders in contention. Max Frick, Dan Bewley and Bartosz Marzik all on 4 points. And Leon Madsen, who was on the laptop there, he's currently on 3. So all of these riders do have a chance, certainly at this stage, looking for normally around the 9-point mark to make the semi-finals, to be sure. That's not always enough, though, as we saw in Cardiff. Away they go with Heat 10, and coming across on the outside there, impressive start by Leon Madsen to get above Max Frick and get round him, and that leaves Bewley and Zmarzlik battling for 3rd and 4th, and Bewley inside in blue, getting the better of Zmarzlik on turns 3 and 4, and the world champion here at the back. But he took a win in his second ride, did Bartosz Marzik, but if he doesn't score here, he'll certainly be under pressure. And meanwhile, Max Frick once again trying to make fast, long straights and try and move through on the inside. But the race lead being held by the Dane, Leon Madsen, as he comes through to start his 3rd lap. It's Frick in second place, Bewley in 3rd, and Zmarzlik here can make no impression on Bewley. It's a troubled night so far still for the world champion, who, remind you, has not made the finals in the last 2 rounds, and in fact missed out on the semis in Cardiff. So Zmarzlik at the back and has to think again for his final 2 rides, but Madsen moving on to 6 here with this victory. Frick in second place, being consistent so far. Dan Bewley in 3rd, yet to win a race in the meeting, but Leon Madsen takes the win there in Heat 10 with a good ride, good move from the outside. Really came shooting across on the turns 1 and 2 to get the advantage over Max Frick, and Madsen in control there of Heat 10, moves him on to 6 points in the meeting. Frick, as I say, solid so far and consistent in second place, but Bartosz Marzik in white here did not make it round the outside of turn 2, and then squeezed out by Dan Bewley into bend 3. He's only got 4 points so far in the meeting, but a win for Madsen. He's on 6.
We changed the bike for the last heat, and I feel like it was a lot better. I also had a better gate. I think gate 2 in the first run wasn't easy, and we were spinning a lot on the bike, and the track is very tricky out there. It's not an easy track. Even when you're in the front, you don't feel comfortable. You're not relaxing very much, so you have to be 100% focused all 4 laps.
Heat 11 is next up. Robert Lambert there taking only 1 point from his second ride on 4 points so far. He's in blue, the same as Martin Vashlik, also on 4 points. He's in red, and they'll also be up against Fredrik Lindgren, who's got 5 so far. He's going well. He's in yellow, and the Latvian wildcard Daniels Korodinskis completes the lineup in white. So big race here in heat 11. Lindgren outside, going well in his first 2 rides. Can he keep the momentum going here? Good start by Vashlik from the inside to outgate Robert Lambert. Lambert goes to the back here. Lindgren goes powering around the outside. Koidinskis in second place, battling here with Martin Vashlik, and Lambert relegated to last place in heat number 11. Frederick Lindgren charging clear out in front. Koidinskis sent wide by Vashlik, who lifts off the bend. And now what can Lambert do from the back? Dives through into third, passing Koidinskis, who turns back on him again off turn 2, and Robert Lambert is relegated to the back once more, being given a really hard ride here by the Latvian and losing ground on Lindgren and Vashlik out in front. Lindgren well clear. Lambert again tries to move through on the inside. Koidinskis battling hard to try and salvage it, but he can't do so there. Lambert is through into third place, but Martin Vashlik, he's actually gained ground on Vashlik there as he moves up the back straight. And what can he do here on the last lap? Lindgren well clear out in front. Lambert's gone now for the outside run after clearing Koidinskis. He's got speed here on Vashlik. He's a bit mid-track and defensive. Race on here for second place. Lindgren well out in front, but Lambert's gone for the move round the outside, round bench 3 and 4, and Lambert going round Vashlik, gets second place. Super ride again by Robert Lambert, doing it from the back. Freddie Lindgren with the victory in heat number 11. He was away and clear and gone, but all the fun and games behind Robert Lambert, fending off and fighting past Daniels Koidinskis early in the race, and then going for the outside run and making it past Martin Vashlik on the run to the line. Big 2 points there for Lambert.
Bumpy out there, so it's not the easiest, but yeah, we had to fight in the last one from the back, and yeah, managed to get a couple of points in that race, which is going to be important for later on. Still got 2 more races to go off the inside gate, so let's see what we can do.
Well, the winning run continued for Andrzej Lebedev in heat 12, so he is 3 from 3. He leads the standings with 9 points. Lindgren just behind on 8. A tough night so far for Jack Holder, only on 2 points from his first 3 outings. And stay with us after the break. More heats to come. Stay tuned for much more action from the Latvian Grand Prix. Welcome back to the Latvian Grand Prix in Riga, where there have been wins for Janowski, Vashlik and Bewley in H13, 14 and 15. And Bartosz Marzik is under pressure with just 4 points ahead of a tough H16 up against Robert Lambert in red with 6 points so far, and the unbeaten Lebedevs in white on 9. And if they go away, it's Simon Wozniak in blue has made the best start, but Lebedevs comes charging through there off bend 2 and coming through as well. Bartosz Marzik almost contact there with Wozniak into bend 3. Marzik desperate for points here, moving through into second place, but Lebedevs has cleared off once again. Smalzik in second, trying to move down the inside. Smalzik and Lebedevs tussling away. Lebedevs out of shape on turn 2. And can Smalzik get through here on the inside? Yes, he can. Smalzik gets his front wheel in front into bends 3 and 4. But Lebedevs puts the power on and gets back around the outside. Stunning stuff here from Andrzej Lebedevs. Is he unbeatable in Riga tonight? Lebedevs leads from Smalzik. It's Lambert in third place. Wozniak, who was the early leader, is at the back. But this is fantastic stuff here from Andrzej Lebedevs, having the night of his life in the Latvian Grand Prix on home territory. He race leads on to his last lap. He has out-battled Bartosz Marzik, and not many do that. Lambert in third place, but round the final bend he comes once more, and it's going to be 4 out of 4 for the flying Andrzej Lebedevs. He wins heat 16 from Bartosz Marzik. Robert Lambert in third place, and Lebedevs continues to be untouchable. His 4th heat win in a row after a big battle with Bartosz Marzik. Lambert comes home in third place. He's left with 7 points from 4 rides. Still work to do there, but this all about Andrzej Lebedevs, who was certainly in mid-track there on turns 1 and 2, but found that great line to burst through. Then Bartosz Marzik got himself involved. He had to come through the second, almost got the lead, but Lebedevs back round him, and he has a maximum 12 points out of 12 so far.
I have pressure, 100%, but this is positive pressure. Yeah, you know, it's like from the crowd, from the supporters who come and support me. More than half this crowd come support me. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this evening, this event. Now I go well, my first 4 heats, and yeah, hopefully I go well till the end.
He's in outstanding form. Here's how it stands with 4 races completed each. He's 3 points clear at the top, but look at Smalzik currently outside the top 8. Some big races to come. Well, Smalzik is out in heat 17. He's up against Matsianowski and Martin Vashlik, who have both got to 9 and 8 points respectively. They're looking good for qualification, but Smalzik only on 6, needs massive points here. Away they go in heat 17. Smalzik in white does make a good start there. He gets the advantage into Ben 1, but round the outside comes Dominic Kubera, who's only scored 4 so far, and Kubera here leads from Smalzik, who needs more than second place, you would think. With 8 points, maybe wouldn't be enough. He's trying to come through here on the inside, and he gets the better of Kubera off the bend. That could be a crucial move there for Bartosz Smalzik, because 9 points should be enough for a place in the semis. It would be 9 points and 2 race wins. 8 I don't think would have been, so that's vital from Smalzik to pass Kubera. It's Janowski in third place and Vashlik at the back. Well, Janowski, he would move into double figures, that would be enough for him, but to Martin Vashlik we left on 8, and that may not be enough for him. So at the back straight they go. Smalzik now in control after fending off Kubera in the early stages, with Matsianowski holding that third place. They've sorted themselves out now. On the last lap they come, and Smalzik, after a really tough night where his qualification has been under real threat for long spells, looks like he should make it through here with victory in heat 17. Moves on to 9 points with that. It's Smalzik over Kubera in second place, Janowski in third, and Vashlik, the winner last time out in Wrocław, is left with 8 points, and that may not be enough for him, but Bartosz Smalzik with 9 should be going through the semis after a really tough night. He was given a tough ride there in heat 17. Dominic Kubera, a surprise package in the early stages before Smalzik came through on the inside, and that should be job done for the world champion as far as semi-finals are concerned. There's still more big action to come in this meeting. Important heat 18 on the way. Robert Lambert on 7 points so far, up against Leon Madsen with 8, Jack Holder in white, nightmare night for him on 2, and Kai Hülkenberg with 6. So Lambert in need of points here in heat 18. Away they go, and Madsen makes a pretty good start there in blue, and coming across from the outside, Hülkenberg and into, oh, Jack Holder heavily into Leon Madsen. That's a big crash there on the second bend. That's really heavy, that's nasty. They all got there pretty much together. Madsen made quite a good one there against Lambert, and then Jack Holder straight into the back of Leon Madsen. Well, did Leon Madsen lock up ever so slightly, I wonder, but Jack Holder's just T-boned him there. That is very, very ugly indeed on the first and second bends, and it's quite remarkable that both riders are walking away from it, albeit shaken, no doubt, and battered and bruised, but Jack Holder there on the left, and Leon Madsen walking in with Phil Morris and the medics there on the right, looking certainly rather shaken from it, and no surprise, Jack Holder will have to reflect on a terrible night where, with the rider in white, Jack Holder excluded, and medal prospects falling away for Jack Holder, who won the first Grand Prix of the season in Gorichan, but things have gone into reverse in recent rounds. Madsen back on his bike, such an impact that was, so one does wonder exactly how fit he will be for this restart away. And what's going on there with Lambert there? Lambert's completely missed the start from the inside. He's given them a massive start here. It's Hülkenberg from Madsen, and Lambert way behind on the first turn. He was stationary when the tapes went up. It was remarkable, and now he's trying to build up some speed around the outside. Hülkenberg here race leads, had a couple of wins already in the meeting. It's Madsen in second place, riding a fairly tentative inside line. Lambert builds up speed in third, but he's still forced out by Madsen into the third bend. Well, Lambert's managed to regain ground. Fair to say the front two aren't exactly going particularly quickly. Lambert certainly is. Got the outside run going here. I think he's got the better of Madsen, who won't move off the inside there, and Lambert's keeping on going, and Lambert has gone from third to first in the space of 2.5 laps in a race where he gave everyone a massive head start. Unreal from Lambert, who takes the advantage and now goes roaring clear. And this will take him through into the semi-finals with a quite remarkable ride. Robert Lambert over Kai Hülkenberg. Madsen in third place is very shaken Leon Madsen, whose 9 points may still be enough to take him through. But Robert Lambert has won it by a massive margin after giving them a massive margin away from the starting tapes. Extraordinary in Heat 18 from Robert Lambert. One of the worst starts to a race in a Grand Prix you'll ever see. And then he wins it by a distance. Hülkenberg defensive. Madsen probably affected by the crash. What's going on there? Robert Lambert missing it completely, but still comes through to win the race. That is one of the most incredible races of Grand Prix Speedway. Robert Lambert round the outside of Kai Hülkenberg and taking the victory, and in the end, taking it by a huge distance. Lambert is through to the semis. He'll hope to make a better start in that race. Well, here's the standings after Heat 19, because Max Frick moved through in Heat 19 with a second place once again, so he's going through. But the key now is what can Dan Bewley do in Heat 20 on 8 points so far, and he'll need more than that. Fredrik Lindgren will be in blue in Heat 20. Bewley will be in red. It'll be Jan Kvek in white. He's on 6 points. He can get to win a race. And Lebedevs, the unbeaten Lebedevs, off the outside in yellow. Can he go through the card and score the full 15 in the qualifying races? But crucial here for Dan Bewley to get something in Heat 20. Away they go. He has made a good start here from the inside. Bewley, in fact, gets to the first bend in front. Lebedev tries the outside run, but Bewley maintains the advantage. He's almost wheel to wheel there with Jan Kvek into bend 3, but he covers him off, and Bewley here has the advantage. And Lebedev's great run so far might just come to an end. He's trying to make it around the outside, goes through into second place, gets the better of Kvek, and Lindgren here is the man at the back. It shouldn't affect his qualification, but Lindgren can't make any impression so far on the Czech riders, trying the outside run on the third and fourth bend. Bewley checking out in front. This will take Bewley well into the semi-finals and well up the standings too, as Lindgren tries the inside on Kvek. He lifts on turn 2, and he's in all kinds of trouble there. Fredrik Lindgren somehow stops on the bike, and that will end his chances of scoring in this race. And Dan Bewley marching clear in Heat 20, and from being under a bit of threat for a place in the semis, with the scoring or lack of elsewhere, this will take Bewley up to second place in the standings on the night and give him a decent gate pick in the semi-final. So a big win coming up here for Dan Bewley. Makes it round turns 3 and 4 safely, and Bewley wins Heat 20. Lebedev drops a point for the first time in the meeting. Kvek in third. Lindgren with an incredible save at the back, and that will take Dan Bewley through. Kvek has eliminated himself after finishing third, and thankfully for Fredrik Lindgren, he didn't come to grief there, because that could have wrecked his meeting too. But Bewley came up with a start there where it was very much required from the inside. Just took Lebedev's wide enough. Kvek was there briefly in second place too. Bewley taking control, and look at this from Lindgren here. Oh, so nearly disaster for the Swedes. Controlled it superbly and did come through at the back. He scored 9 points. He will go through, and Dan Bewley will go through on 11. So here's the standings. Lebedev 14, Bewley 11, Janowski, Lambert and Frick all on 10. But clear to note, 4th, 5th and 6th in the overall standings. Mikkelsen, who's of course injured, Vashlik and Holder all miss out on the semi-finals. Here's the gates so far, with Gate 4 having the most wins, 7 at this stage, but still success from the inside as well, and the most points. Some interesting picks to come ahead of the semi-finals. And that's what's coming next, so stay with us after the break. Lots more action, semis and final in the Latvian Grand Prix in Riga. We are back at the Latvian Grand Prix in Riga, and a massive first semi-final coming up. The top 3 in the World Championship, and Lebedevs, who has been the rider of the night so far and is going for the outside gate in this semi. Robert Lambert still yet to win a Grand Prix. He's going in white. Fast Freddie Lindgren, very consistent indeed. He's going in red, and that will leave the world champion Bartosz Marzik under pressure tonight. He will go in blue in this first semi-final. A huge crunch clash here, when you bear in mind at least one of the title contenders will be going out of the Grand Prix at this stage. Could it be 2 if Lebedevs can keep on winning? 14 points from 5 rides. They don't count for too much now, other than the gate pick. Here we go with the first semi-final in Riga. Massive race, could have title implications too. And Lindgren makes the start, Marzik makes the start here, and they've gone clear on the first 2 turns. Lebedev's getting squeezed out, as is Robert Lambert. Lebedev's trying to move in on the back straight, but Marzik here leads from Lindgren, and then Marzik makes a mistake. Bartosz Marzik in trouble on bend 4 and through on the inside comes Lindgren, but Marzik recovers and gets back into second place. It's Lebedev's third over Lambert, and they have the advantage here. The top 2 in the title chase. Lambert can't get through at the moment, and Fredrik Lindgren and Bartosz Marzik battling away here in this first semi-final. Marzik wants the gate pick for the final, but he'll be happy enough to make it there. And can they hang on here? Lambert's now gone through on Lebedev. We've seen the pace of Robert Lambert when chasing. Lambert's got arguably more speed than anyone in this meeting, but has he got time to recover here against Lindgren and Zmarzlik? Can Zmarzlik maintain second? And Lambert, I don't think, can make it from there. Could be a big blow here in his title quest, because it looks like Lindgren and Zmarzlik will march on here into the final. And the first semi goes the way of Freddie Lindgren, and Bartosz Zmarzlik follows him into the final. Lambert missing out, Lebedev's missing out, and Lebedev must be gutted with that, because he has been so superb throughout the meeting, and he's missed out in the semi-final. Lindgren makes it through to the final once again. The winner in Gorzów, third in Cardiff, second in Wrocław. Lindgren is so consistent. Zmarzlik is back in the final for the first time since Gorzów, despite that moment there on turn 4. Relief for Zmarzlik after a tough night. Lambert missing the final, missing the gate, that was crucial. But Lebedev, you have to feel for him. Delight for Lindgren. He'll be in the final once more. Can he win another Grand Prix and put pressure on Zmarzlik? But Lebedev takes the applause of the crowd, missing out in the semi.
Saprotu, ka tie pusfināli tas bija viens solis, tā viena siena, kuru man vajadzēja nogast, tagad ir otrā tā siena man priekšā, kuru vajag nogast, un tas ir fināls, ja. Bet ticiet man, es nepadošos un centīšos, trenēšos. Jā, grūti tagad kaut ko teikt. Tiešām gribēju Rīgā uzvarēt, bet mēs vēl tiksim pie uzvara.
Well, his time may come. Andrzej Lebedev's massive star of the Latvian Grand Prix. You can see what it means. He so wanted to win at home. But he'll be desperate to get back next year. Had a chance to become European champion this year as well, which will get him back in the Grand Prix for next season. In the meantime, semi-final 2, and Dan Bewley, after that win in the Heat 20, has got the gate choice. He's gone for the inside. Having seen what went on in that semi, that may be an interesting choice. Maciej Janowski going for the outside. Max Frick there in white. And that will leave Leon Madsen with question marks over his fitness after his crash, going in blue. Well, Bewley taking the opposite route to the first semi-final. Nicky Pedersen watching on there, the Denmark team manager. And Bewley taking that choice prior to semi-final 1, but may that be the right one? We will see whether they go with the semi-final, and Bewley does make the good start there from the inside gate. Madsen's there too. He lifts on turn 2. Round the outside comes Maciej Janowski. Max Frick in third place, and it's Bewley who has the advantage, and he may have got things right there with the gate choice. Bewley has the lead. Janowski in second, but charging through. Max Frick off the fourth turn, just finding that small gap there on the inside of Janowski, and Frick moving through. Frick has been so consistent so far, second place every time he's been out on track, and that may continue here in the semi-final. Madsen, I don't think, can be any great threat to the front 2 there. I think he's definitely shaken from the crash earlier in the meeting. Janowski dropping back. It looks good here for Dan Bewley and Max Frick to go through into the final, and Bewley really did nail that start there from the inside gate. Max Frick battling his way through into second, and they look to be heading through to the final here in Riga. Frick with speed, Frick gaining ground here on Bewley, but Bewley with control of the second semi and looking to make it through into his fifth final. It will be a fifth final 2 for Max Frick, and they come off the final turn, and that's how they finish. Dan Bewley over Max Frick, they both go through. Maciej Janowski and Leon Madsen go out, and Bewley, who of course has a 100% record, when he makes the final, he wins the final. Done it on all 4 occasions so far. Could this be number 5? Good start from the inside. He's looking good. Max Frick is consistent in second place. He's won 2 Grand Prix earlier in his career. Back in the final here in Riga. Just edging out there Maciej Janowski at the end of lap 1. And there was never any real threat from Leon Madsen, who must have been affected by the crash earlier in the meeting. And he will go out at this stage. But Bewley going into the final. And consoling words there for Leon Madsen. Been a tough night. I think the pain will be now increasing. But building up to the final, Bartosz Zmarzlik moving into his 60th Grand Prix final. He's won 24. That is a record. Max Frick back in the final. Dan Bewley, the winner in Cardiff, back on the inside. Zmarzlik going off gate 2, as we've seen him have success before. Max Frick gate 3. Lindgren off the outside. Away they go. Bewley, a good start there from gate 1. Zmarzlik gets a nudge there from Bewley and then turns back off Bento as Zmarzlik inside Bewley, round the outside goes Lindgren. Zmarzlik has the lead here. Zmarzlik over Lindgren with Bewley in third place and Frick out the back, and Zmarzlik picked his moment there superbly on turns 1 and 2 to move through to the lead, because Bewley had made the best start, but Zmarzlik just picked his spot and came through and now makes a mistake. And now what can Lindgren do off the second turn? Don't forget we saw Lindgren pass Zmarzlik in Gorzów earlier in the campaign. Can he do so again here, or can Zmarzlik kick on for a second Grand Prix win of the season? He leads on to lap 3 with Lindgren in second place, with Bewley in third, with Frick at the back, and make no impression. And it looks very good here for the defending world champion Bartosz Zmarzlik after a really tough night so far. After the crash with Mikkelsen in his first ride, he's got 1 lap to go. Lindgren now under some pressure from Dan Bewley, and that's really where the action is. I think Zmarzlik has it secured here on the back straight for the final time. Lindgren second, Bewley third. The world champion with plenty of questions to answer after recent performances. Lindgren trying one last blast, but Zmarzlik wins in Riga and extends his series lead. Lindgren in second place, Bewley in third, and that will mean a heck of a lot for Bartosz Zmarzlik after the troubles of Cardiff, the troubles of Wrocław, and then the crash with Mikkelsen early on. Zmarzlik is back on the winning mark. He wins at Riga for the second season running, and after that lead was cut in the World Championship standings in the last 2 rounds, it's going back up again. It's up to 17 with 2 rounds to go, and that 5th world title is getting ever closer for Bartosz Zmarzlik. And here's how it was won. Bewley made a great start from the inside, but what about that for a turn back by Zmarzlik? He just found the perfect piece of track to go for, and he burst through the pack there to take the advantage, and Bewley was squeezed out, and Lindgren made it round the outside into second place. So we have the same 1-2 as in 2023 in Riga. Lindgren being forced to follow Zmarzlik this time, just that one moment there where Zmarzlik got himself out of shape but still maintained the lead, whereas in the semi-final Lindgren passed him. This time the world champion made no mistakes as he gets his 25th Grand Prix victory of an outstanding career, and it's one that could be a huge staging post, a huge milestone towards that 5th world title. Lindgren now will need something very special to chase him down in the last 2 rounds in Voyens and Torun. Massive delight, and I sense some relief too for Zmarzlik with that victory. There's good respect between him and Fredrik Lindgren, and Zmarzlik enjoys that moment with his crew. He's the winner in Latvia. It's a 3rd place this time for Great Britain's Dan Bewley.
I always race to win. Even when we're having a tough night, always race to win, and made a good start in the final. I think I was actually in front, but kind of messed the first corner up, and I wanted to win like the first lap. And then, to be honest, I started to think, I wouldn't mind ending my record and just make some more finals, to be honest.
So Bewley takes 3rd place in Riga. It's a 4th consecutive rostrum finish. Swedish star Fredrik Lindgren.
Yeah, no, it's going pretty well, but Dana really wanted that win tonight, and didn't happen. Bartek was too good in the final, and no, I take these 18 points with me. Not a bad night.
Well, that's Lindgren's 3rd runners-up finish this season. It's a 2nd Grand Prix win of 24 for world champion Bartosz Zmarzlik, and this one was very hard-earned.
Really big drama today in Riga, because the start I feel like really slow, and after 2-3 hits I say to my team, okay, let's go, but really easy, because the track so today is so really hard, and I must focus for the make small or big points, but I also have the hard gating in the semi-final and final, and for me so really bad, but I'm really happy because this winning today so not so easy. This is really hard, but I'm really, again, amazing night for me in Riga.
Huge win for Zmarzlik, who had seen his overall lead reduced in the previous 2 rounds. This gets him very much back on track. He'll take a 17-point advantage over Lindgren to the next round in Denmark. Here's how the points were allocated. Zmarzlik with the big 20, Lindgren 18, Bewley 16, Frick with 14. Looking down that leaderboard, there were troubles for Jack Holder, only 2, and of course Mikkelsen picking up that injury. Winning in Latvia for the 2nd season running. Zmarzlik on top in Riga. Lindgren and Bewley also on the podium. So Smartwick is 17 points ahead of Lindgren with Lambert, 7 behind that. Bashvik goes ahead of the unlucky Mikkelsen. Bewley into the top 6. Holder now just outside. He should reclaim that spot, with Mikkelsen now out for the last 2 rounds. Next Grand Prix this weekend, 3 on the bounce. Round 10 from Vojens, Denmark. It all happens on Saturday, the 14th of September. That's all from Riga and a very eventful Latvian Grand Prix. We saw thrills and spills, and we certainly wish Mikko Mikkelsen a very speedy recovery from his injuries. But just when you thought the world champion was under big pressure, Bartosz Marzik came up with the answers as he defeated Fredrik Lindgren, Dan Bewley and Max Frigg in the final. Marzik could clinch the title in the next round. We'll find out this weekend. It's goodbye from Riga, and we'll see you in Vojens.